Good morning and welcome to Nature Watch. Nature Watch is sponsored by Waddell's Nursery Floral Garden and Bird Center at the corner of 12th Street and Millam Road. And now with the sun a-shining, here's our ray of sunshine. I've said it before, our host of Nature Watch, Gary Miller, right here.
Good morning.
Hey.
Yeah, it was actually sunny out there this morning. It's starting to cloud up, though, and those clouds are coming this way.
Yeah.
I noted that my arthritis is aching a little bit because of that front coming through, and there was a red sky this morning when the sun came up. So
see, I have a cheater's thing right now because I'm going through a shoulder injury. So I was put on some very, very good painkillers. Let's just say that. So my arthritis is fine. Shoulder still hurts, but the arthritis is fine. That's all I got going for me today. Okay.
So tomorrow, first day of March. Wow. First day of meteorological spring.
We did it.
We have 20 more days till official spring. Spring equinox.
I count March 1, especially when you look at next week's forecast late in the week. We're talking 50s.
Yeah, and actually, I saw one of the forecasts. There was a chance of one of the days being up like about 60 something.
Oh, you can say that.
Then
we'll get our big letdown.
So spring is coming soon because I saw some definite signs of spring this morning. On the way in, I saw some. Actually, quite a few fields had sandhill cranes out grazing about and sort of spread out. They're probably the sandhill cranes that have been sticking around this area or generally in this area for most of the winter. But they're starting to get more active. Saw a few flocks flying around. The other sign of spring that I saw was the appearance of construction signs. Yeah. So we know spring is near.
Let's see. Bronco hockey wrapping up. Spring training underway. Orange cones are our state flower popping up once again.
Yeah, we had construction signs coming up, so yeah. Little bit of improvement in the drought monitor. Slight, very slight, not a whole lot. And actually the forecast, there's a chance of maybe some freezing rain Tuesday morning.
Okay.
And which is not going to be good because Monday looks like it's going to be pretty sunny and nice, which is fantastic. Like, oh boy, we'll get all excited because Tuesday morning there's a lunar eclipse. And it's going to be really cloudy. We can't see it.
Yeah. Well, dude, it's Michigan. Come on.
This time of year, yeah.
It's like there's a 50% chance of seeing it or not seeing it.
So March 3rd is also full moon, and it's the worm moon.
Uh-huh.
And that's named after earthworms that tend to appear about this time in many locations of the northern hemisphere because it's getting warm.
Mm-hmm.
So that worm moon, the full moon, on Tuesday morning, and at about the same time, we have a total lunar eclipse. And here in Kalamazoo, it will be at its peak at 7:14 a.m., so just about sunrise. So even if we don't have clouds, the moon's going to be obscured somewhat because the sun's going to be coming up.
Right.
And so it's going to be bright anyway. But it looks like the forecast is going to be really cloudy, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
So we'll have to...
We'll have to rely on social media and their pictures.
Hopefully somebody else will have some clear skies to maybe get some photos or so and post those so we can see those.
Well, I'll tell you, if you're up Tuesday morning, dark and early, and you find a spot to see it and take some pictures, send them to Nature Watch's email.
Nature Watch at Waddell's.com.
Yeah.
Love to see those.
Yeah, exactly.
And We had some questions last week, so I probably should get those out of the way so I don't forget those. Yeah, otherwise, Al and Dean are going to be very upset.
Let's do those questions, and then we have another question.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
So Al asked us a question last week. How many carpenter ants does a pileated woodpecker eat in a day? And I had to do some digging on that, and there's no definitive answer. But the favorite food of pileated woodpeckers are carpenter ants, and so they will eat a lot of those. They will extend their tongue into when they get in those cavities where the carpenter ants are in, like dead trees and that, and they get an entrance, chipping away the wood and get their tongue in there. That tongue extends about 5 inches beyond the end of their bill, and it's barbed, so they can actually pick up a lot of those. And so they can eat hundreds at a time, and that's pretty about the most definitive answer I saw. They're hard to study, mainly because they're very elusive birds. They're hard to, you actually can't sit there and watch them very easy because if they try to watch them, they just fly away and they'll come back when you're not around. They're a little shy about that. So in All About Birds from the ornithology lab at Cornell, they found that ants were anywhere from 40% of the diet to up to 97% of the diet of pileated woodpeckers.
Oh.
And from the Audubon Society actually said that they can lap up hundreds of ants and swallow them whole. They also noted on the Audubon Society that another member of the woodpecker family, the northern flicker, is known to have ingested over 5,000 ants in one sitting.
Wow.
But I'm going to guess those weren't all carpenter ants. Carpenter ants are big. These are usually small. They're probably smaller ants, and I say that because flickers typically feed on the ground. So I'm going to guess they were smaller ants, but still 5,000.
It's like,
how'd they count those, you know?
It's like popcorn ants.
Oh, wait, you can't eat that. We got to count those.
It's like popcorn ants. You know, popcorn chicken, popcorn shrimp, popcorn ants.
Can't eat just one. So there you go, Al. So it looks like hundreds at least, and it depends on the bird. Obviously how many they can get, and nothing disturbs the bird. They might eat lots of those. Depends how hungry they are. Depends on time of year too. So if they're feeding young, or if they if it's been colder and they found those carpenter ants, so if it's colder, usually the ants aren't moving around. So that's why they come in to eat suet and other things.
Al was our trivia winner last week,
yes.
Right? Yeah, okay. But that's coming up in a moment.
Yeah.
You have
and
one
then
more to
we
go.
had another
You
question
have one
from
more
Dean.
to go, yeah.
We had a question from Dean, and Dean asked, how many sunflower seeds do finches eat in a day? And I made a comment that finches, one of their favorite foods was Niger thistle seed. And actually, they've sort of pretty well switched over to they really love sunflower seed too. So I need to be corrected. I guess I learned a little something from that. So they will eat a lot of sunflower seed, and they actually members of the finch family will actually take black oil sunflower and crack those seeds open and eat the seed inside and drop the shell.
Oh.
So the answers I found on that as far as how many sunflower seeds do finches eat in a day, everybody said about 1 to 2 teaspoons. So sort of guess how many seeds are in that. And then on one of the websites, actually a couple of them, said that on an average day, an adult goldfinch likely eats 30 to 40 sunflower seeds. But when it's freezing cold or they're working hard to feed nestlings, they may double that intake to 70-plus seeds daily.
Those little things. Wow. Okay.
And so they can go through a lot of seeds. And that's why it's important. Black oil sunflower is the common food that almost all birds will eat. So that's a good food to put out. I mentioned I had starlings come in, and I put some safflower out just to deter the starlings so they don't like safflower. Mm-hmm. And put limited suet out just because they'll eat suet too. About Thursday morning, the safflower was going down really slow. The birds didn't really like it. And usually they'll eat it, but they weren't too happy with it. Thursday morning, I look out, and it's all out of the bird feeder. So several birds, or at least a bird, came in and decided that, okay, we ate about half of it. We're done with this. And they strung it out and flew it out of the bird feeder, and it's all over the ground. So I have this white spot underneath my big bird feeder where I had the safflower in. Yeah. And I'm like, okay. So, well, I have to I actually waited a couple of days. I thought maybe the starlings will maybe move on, and then I can put some more food out. Yeah. But, so obviously the birds weren't too happy with the safflower.
Yeah, what a mess. And they probably didn't tip you, did they?
No, they did not.
No, they did not. I'll tell you what, let's tip somebody out there. We have, of course, our weekly trivia question.
And actually, it's a bird question again today.
Okay, all right. Well, here's how this works. 269-382-4280. Please, if you have won within the last 30 days, let's let somebody else do it. First correct answer to Gary's question will win a $20 gift card to Waddell's. Don't text in your answer now, because I'll just look at it.
We want to hear your voice.
We want to hear the voice. Yes, exactly. So, Gary, trivia question for today is?
So this last week in the news here in Michigan, there was a wildlife rehabilitation center that had a little bit of news about they had taken in 4 eagles, bald eagles, and within a month time frame, and all suffering from the same condition, and 2 of them have since passed on. And so my question today is, what was the cause of their death? So again, Wildlife Rehabilitation Center here in Michigan had taken in 4 eagles, bald eagles that had been injured or whatever, and they were actually suffering from some condition and all suffering from the same condition, which is unusual, 4 of them at the same time, and 2 of those bald eagles didn't make it through. So what was the cause of their death?
269-382-4280. It's a little wordy of a question. Can you edit that down a little bit, possibly?
Yeah, so What's the primary cause of bald eagle's death?
Thank you.
That make it easy?
There you go. Yeah. Primary cause of bald eagle's death. Now, this was determined by...
So actually, they did an autopsy, basically. They knew what they were suffering from, just all the symptoms. This is very common with birds of prey, and we'll talk about that a little bit here after we get the answer.
Okay, 269-382-4280 if you want to take a shot at it while we're waiting for the coffee
so that's
to
actually
kick
a good,
in.
That's a good hint. It does involve hunters, but not hunters shooting them directly.
Oh.
So a big hint for you.
Oh.
So you can take a shot at that.
Okay. I won't. You can. 269-382-4280.
So
and don't go any further.
we have a caller.
We have a contestant. Good morning, WKZO. Who's this?
This is Nancy.
Hi, Nancy. Is your radio turned up?
I just turned it off.
Oh, you are beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Yeah, I'm hearing myself. Wait, I said that a second ago. Let's
echo.
try this again. Okay. Repeat the question again, Gary.
So the Wildlife Rehabilitation Center took in 4 bald eagles, all suffering from the same condition, and 2 of them died. What was the cause of their death?
Lead poisoning.
That is correct.
Wow. How did you get that so quick?
I was just watching something on TV, and they were talking about eagles and lead poisoning. I don't know. I remembered it.
Yeah, so actually, that's where I saw it. Actually, somebody had posted, and it was a story that came out of WILX Channel 10 in Lansing. And the Wildside Rehabilitation and Education Center in Eaton Rapids, actually, within a month time frame, took in 4 bald eagles, all suffering from lead poisoning. And 2 of them have since died, and they say that's one of the main causes of death of bald eagles. The problem is widespread. So nearly half of bald and golden eagles tested nationwide show signs of lead exposure. In Michigan, the percentage is even higher. And veterinarian with the American Medical Center of Wyoming, Rebecca Vincent Sturdivant, says birds of prey are especially vulnerable when they ingest lead. They hold grit in their stomach to help grind their food because they don't have teeth. So if they eat a chunk of lead, it tends to stay in them for quite some time.
Oh.
And so they're ingesting that while scavenging gut piles or unrecovered game. And obviously in this case, the amount of lead ingested can be fatal to the birds. And the only lead shot that is prohibited here in Michigan is for hunters when they hunt waterfowl. It is not prohibited in other hunting.
Oh.
And so that's the most common ammunition material that's out there. And so when these birds of prey ingest lead, that can carry over to humans. So if you eat a lot of meat that's been hunted, make sure you try to remove all those pellets and everything, because if it had lead in it, you could ingest that and suffer from some lead poisoning yourself.
Oof, there you go.
So something to be cautious about.
Yeah. Nancy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I see. My memory's fading me, You're our big winner. $20 gift card coming to you from Waddell's, but I do need to get some information from you. Can you hold the line for just a moment?
Sure can.
Excellent. Thanks. I'll talk to you in just a couple of seconds, and I will talk to the rest of you in about 70 seconds. Nature Watch continues next on WKZO.
Wild birds count on you for their meals this time of year, and Waddell's is where you'll find the best selection of bird feeding supplies. This week, buy 3 10-pound bags of bird feed and get 1 free. It's a great opportunity to try several types of bird feed to attract a larger variety of birds. Choose from whole sunflower hearts, elite blend, thistle seed, peanuts, fruit and nut, and several others. Mix and match, buy 3, get 1 free. To provide birds with extra energy during colder weather, keep high-protein suet available. Get your choice of 3 varieties, which are also buy 3, get 1 free, including Nutty Butter, Berry Blast, and Orange Essence Suet. Or how about Log Jammers? Log Jammers are suet cakes that fit into log feeders and are irresistible to downy woodpeckers, nuthatches, flickers, red-headed woodpeckers, and more. But stop in soon. The buy 3, get 1 free sale is going on now through next Wednesday at Waddell's Garden Center, celebrating its 80th year serving the Kalamazoo area.
Local news because I like to be involved in my community.
More Kalamazoo area news online than ever before at WKZO.com.
I just wanted to talk to Nancy more. Actually, yeah. There you go. Nancy from Vicksburg, our big winner of a $20 gift card to Waddell's. And, of course, Nancy, you can pick that up right here at our studios Monday through Friday, 8 to 4 at 4200 West Main Street. There you go. Nature Watch continues with Gary Miller, and if you want to call in, you can, 269-382-4280. If you want to text in, you can do so to 80373. All yours, sir.
So some more of the other signs of spring that we're starting to see. I did check the maps again. The ruby-throated hummingbirds still haven't moved any further north. They're still down along in Florida and along the Gulf Coast. Neither have the monarch butterflies moved any further north, mainly because it got cold. And they monarchs especially follow the spring blooms north, a lot of times coincidentally with lilacs blooming. And because lilacs are one of those big bloomers in the early spring and very fragrant and attracts those monarchs. There's some other flowers, wildflowers that they follow too, but they need to have that food source so they can fly. So really not much change from this last week. I did have a friend post in the last week, and I wanted to share because people usually think of this as being a sign of spring, and it involves the robin.
No.
And actually, the Guardians of Nature she had shared a post from Guardians of Nature. So it says, "Hello, I'm the American robin, and I'm not a sign of spring." I know. Everyone says the robins are back, but I never left. I've been here all winter, hiding in forests, eating berries, traveling in flocks of hundreds. You just didn't see me at your feeder. Here's what actually happens. Winter, I flock in woods, eat berries, stay quiet. Late February into March, the flocks break apart. And in March sometime, I return to your yard looking for worms because it's gotten warm, hopefully, and we have the worm moon also. So should be getting warm, starting to see some earthworms. And then we humans say, "Oh, the robins are back. Spring is here." The robin says, "I didn't migrate to you. I migrated to visible." So something to keep in mind if you see those robins, you start hearing them and sing away. They've been around all winter. They just were hiding.
Oh, okay.
And Jim says we have a call.
Yeah, Gene, have you seen any robins?
Yes, I did see a robin a couple of weeks ago, and I've also seen a bluebird, so I'm optimistic spring is coming.
There you go.
The thing that I'm calling about is my neighbor has this amazing, beautiful rhododendron, almost tree. It's got to be 50 years old, and it's green and lush and looks fabulous. I've got azaleas, and I've got a young rhododendron, and they're brown, and they look like they've been frozen.
Oh, they probably have. So they, though they're evergreen, those evergreens like that, those broadleaf evergreens especially, are very susceptible to extreme cold, especially when we get very low temperatures like near zero or below, and then we get wind on top of it. And so they get basically windburned along with frozen. So those plants will do that. They should come out of that just fine. You want to make sure that they have plenty of moisture so they stay hydrated well. And to feed them when it gets a little warmer here, they're going to need that extra energy to get some replacement leaves in that. So they are going to be stressed a little bit. Takes a little bit for them to fill back in, but they should survive just fine. And it depends on the plant sometimes. So they vary quite a bit. Every plant's a unique individual like we are, so they all act a little different. So some of them are affected, sometimes not.
Oh.
I was hoping that the rhododendron that I planted about 10 years ago was going to end up like my neighbor's 50-year-old bush, and it's not handling the cold nearly as well as that one is. That one doesn't seem like it's bat an eye at the whole idea that it was cold this winter.
Well, give it 40 years, you'll be fine. No, I'm kidding.
Yep. So actually, we'll see Andy in a couple of weeks here. So
yeah,
he'll be able to actually do some more garden questions to him. But thanks for calling in, Jane.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks, Gene.
I'll stop worrying about my plants and know that Mother Nature will take care of them.
There you go. 269-382-4280 if you want to join us. And yes, March 21st. We are back with Over the Garden Fence.
3 weeks. 3 weeks. That's actually the weekend of Waddell's Spring Expo Garden Show, their Spring Garden Show. Mm-hmm. And
yeah, we talked about that last week, too. Yeah.
So that's coming up. So check out the website. I know the class schedule is on the website now. So go to Weddells.com, look at the events, and you can find out the class schedule.
Are you a professor in some of these?
I am. I'm actually doing 4 classes then. I have a class again today, too.
Oh,
so
there you go.
The buzz on my class today is that I'm talking about beneficial insects.
Okay.
Jim didn't catch that. I think the painkillers are wearing. So the buzz.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done.
So actually, I'm going to be talking primarily about beneficial insects, not pollinators. Though a lot of them coincidentally are pollinators too. But always talking a lot about pollinators. But these beneficial insects have other primary duties and things that they do. Another sign of spring, and actually, Southeast Michigan Naturalists had posted this, and they shared a post from the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. Can you smell it? Love is in the air. Striped skunks are emerging from winter dens as breeding season begins. Males may travel long distances in search of mates, so watch for skunks along roads. And incidentally, last night when my son and daughter-in-law left our house and we're going down the road, my daughter-in-law was driving. My son texted us and said, just down the road from our house, there was a skunk walking down the road. So they're out and about. I've seen them. I've smelled them. So they are out and about. I just thought it was another sign of spring that we experienced. So if
are you sure it's skunks? Okay.
Oh yeah, you can't mistake them. And I'm always a little apprehensive when if I'm out somewhere and it's dark and I come home because we've had skunk around the yard occasionally, and I always have to wait for those lights to come on. I have some motion detection lights, so when I move, I have to wave my hands sometimes. So I don't want to surprise a skunk before I get in the house. That would not be fun.
No.
So
you'll be. How do you get that skunk stuff off of you?
So they always said the tomato juice bath, but actually what works better is hydrogen peroxide.
Really?
We had a dog several years ago that tangled with skunks periodically, and my wife got a recipe. I'm using hydrogen peroxide that basically giving the dog a bath, and that tends to break that skunk scent down much easier than tomato juice does.
Oh, okay.
So you can save the tomato juice for a beverage later on, and after you clean you or the dog up.
Yeah.
So this next week too, March 3rd is World Wildlife Day. So that's go out and celebrate that, and get out and enjoy the outdoors. We have some more warmth this next week.
Yeah.
And so we're getting close to that time of year. So if you don't want to share with everybody, you want to make sure that I can help protect your special secret spots, send me that email at naturewatch@weddells.com, and I'll not share it with anybody, but tell me where your favorite mushroom morel spots are. I won't share that with anybody. I'll help protect you.
We're getting close.
So there's a little bit of sarcasm there. People don't share those sites. So.
Yeah, I know they don't.
But we're getting close. Actually, I was checking. They've been finding a few way down south, but we're just going to be starting getting into season, especially when we get the ground warming up.
Right.
And I know the folks gathering maple sap and trying to make maple syrup are going to hope that we get some cool nights yet, so get some good flow of that sap.
Yeah. Another sign of spring that I can tell you about right now is that my nose is starting to itch. So, I'm sure nothing's growing out there yet, but in the summer I'm allergic to life. Even though I love being out in it, but hey, that's
Yeah, that's it. We have that mold starting up here with warmer temperatures and we get moisture. So, but we need more rain. We're still on that drier side, so
okay.
Good soaking moisture be good.
There you go. Till next week, sir.
Yes.
Have a great week and have
fun.
At
Be a
work.
little warmer, maybe some sunshine too. That'd be great.
Yeah. And thank you for listening to this edition of Nature Watch. Tune in each Saturday morning at 8:30 for Nature Watch. Brought to you by Weddells Nursery, Floral Garden, and Bird Center at the corner of 12th Street and Millam Road. CBS and local news is up next, and then America Outdoors right here on 590 and 106.9 FM WKZO.